Hey y'all, welcome back to another day here at Redwood RV Ventures. We're here cooking in our RV, taking a minute from traveling because we are sick. There's sickness in the house and we're just cozying up, eat some delicious food. Drink lots of water, tea's on deck. We're just hanging in there. I hope you enjoy these delicious meals. Let me know what you think. Follow along for more. Thanks for coming. Hey y'all, I've got some ground sausage here. I'm gonna make some biscuits and gravy. Still a little frozen, but we're gonna put it in my warm skillet anyway. We're gonna let this brown up, then we're gonna assemble the gravy right here in my cast iron skillet. I just uncovered it. We're gonna give it a little scrape. Not too much color on there, that's good. Slowly defrost it and put this through and we'll get started on the gravy. Today we're also going to make some iced tea. My husband is fresh out. I'm going to also try 2 different biscuit recipes. One that I have been making. And I'm going to test out another one that I found that looks really good. We'll just let this keep going, cooking, and we'll tune in. I'm going to see how this is looking. Full color. Pretty much defrosted. Alright, we're going to let this cook and assess it in a minute. Alright y'all, we're defrosted. We're just going to let this finish cooking here. Get the biscuits going and we're ready to rock and roll on the gravy. Alright y'all, we're going to make 2 different recipes of biscuits. They both call for 2 cups of flour. Got my flour tub here. I'm going to lightly fill these scoops. Two in that one. In that one. Leave that out for when we want to roll them out. This big one I'm going to try the new recipe in, and this one I'm going to try my classic. This one calls for a tablespoon of baking powder. I'm going to do a tablespoon and a half. I love a fluffy raisin biscuit. This calls for 2. Plus a little more. Making a mess is necessary for a delicious product. This calls for a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to do less because I have salted butter. This calls for 3/4. Probably about half or 3/4 in both. This one calls for a teaspoon of sugar. There are a couple differences between these 2 recipes. Not extravagant, but a little different. I'm going to cut the butter into cubes and we'll cut them into these powders and we will go from there. Get the cutter into all the butter and coat all the butter in the flour mixture and cut it in until about pea-sized pieces. You want to keep that butter as cold as possible, straight from the fridge. I cut both of them up into cubes. The other batch's butter is sitting in the fridge until I'm ready for it. Good enough. I'm going to get the butter for this one, plop it in the bowl, and cut her in. I'm going to put this one in the fridge. Coat the butter, cut her in. Putting the flour, butter. Alright y'all, since I have this new one out already, I'm going to put 3/4 cup of milk. This flat top milk is hard to open. 3/4 cup of milk. This measuring cup's a little weird, so I'm just gonna do a little under. Gonna lightly mix this in. I think I could use a hair more. That might be good. Throw this in the fridge, mix up the other one. This calls for 1/2 cup of milk, 1/2 cup of heavy cream. my other heavy cream has gone bad. There's just a little bit left. So I'm gonna do half a cup of both. Looks pretty good. We're gonna get some parchment paper, roll these out, and cut them into biscuits. Roll them, fold them, cut them. We're gonna start with our recipe we already know. Got some flour here. Throw her down. I wonder if this doesn't have enough milk. It's just falling apart. We're gonna roll with it. Roll with it. That was fold one, let's do a fold two. I'm gonna lightly roll this out. I'm gonna dip my cutter into some flour, press them out. This is my second largest one. I didn't want a huge one, but just trying. That's a thick one right there. It's way different. A little better. Nine-ish biscuits here. I'm gonna throw them on the pan and bake them. I actually might put some in a bag and only make like 3 or 4 of each. A new recipe I want to try here. Put flour down. Carefully plop her down. Oh, jeez. Dip my cutter in flour, cut these out. This one came out to make 8, and I believe they're pretty similar in size, so we'll see how this goes. This is the new recipe. These are the batch we already know. These should be the new ones. The recipe calls for 450. The new one says 12 to 15. Mine says 12 to 18. Probably about 15, I'm not sure, because I wrote mine down. I'm gonna put them in at 400 for probably 12-15 minutes. It has some grease in it, but not very much, so I'm gonna add half a stick of butter, maybe like 5.5 tablespoons. I don't know, we like a really thick, delicious gravy. My husband prefers it way thick. We'll just let that melt. I've got my skillet on about 3. This is one of the lesser liked, in my opinion, cover for the skillet. I have a heavier duty one that you can't squeeze as much. I actually do like having these, but that one I'm talking about that's sturdier, I season my pan and put oil on my handle, then put my cap on. It's super greasy now, so when I pick it up, it almost slips out of my hand. We're gonna add half a cup-ish of flour. I'm gonna turn it up to half, get this really moving here. I got my flour here, which is already starting to come up. We're gonna sprinkle her in. This is just original Jimmy Dean's gravy sausage. Hot is also delicious. This one was just on sale and I bought a few of them. We'll just add it. Going in. Let this incorporate into that butter and grease and cook off for like a minute. I'm gonna turn it down yet. It's already getting color and I don't want that just yet. I like to cook this in my Dutch oven, but they're both occupied at the moment. Hopefully I don't make a mess in here by overflowing. Should be fine though. I've done it before, it's just more full. I need to check my biscuits, but I have sprinkled a little bit over half a cup of flour in here slowly and cooked it off for a minute. It's fully incorporated now, nice and thick. My husband prefers a thick gravy. I'm gonna turn her back up to half, let her get nice and hot. Check on my biscuits. Oh yeah, they're done. They're just sitting in the oven here. They've been cooking for 15 minutes. 425 for a couple, and then I kicked her down to 400, about 50 under the posted heat. I got her nice and hot. I'm gonna slowly and carefully pour in a cup of milk at a time. One going in. Now this is fast. It's a little under, but another cup going in. This is why I like the Dutch oven. She's getting a little full. Rest of that cup. Whoa. This is why I like the Dutch oven, because I'm just more prone to making a fat mess with this. Got some thick gravy here. Got another cup here. This will be cup 3. salt and pepper while the heat is still on and see if I need to add more milk. About 20 seconds of salt and 20 pepper cracks. Not even 20 seconds of salt, just 20 counts. I don't want to make it too thin. It will thicken up a bit after it cools down. I haven't even added 3 cups yet, but it's starting to thicken up really nice. We're gonna give her a little taste. Jiminy, that's good. I'm gonna add the rest of this milk, I think, at least a little bit. We don't have biscuits and gravy too often because it's labor intensive and not the healthiest thing to eat. But I tell you what, it sure is good and comforting. My husband's been sick, so he would really enjoy this right now. And it's good to make when you need to use up some milk, because boy does it call for some milk. It's coming quite thick again, and it hasn't even come up to a simmer yet. Now it is. It's starting to move. I'm going to add the rest of this little bit of milk for 3 cups total. That's delicious. Might could use a bit of salt. You could always use pepper. 15 more cracks of pepper. Feels to be a nice consistency. Might even still be a little thick. I'm always making a mess. It's quite thick, but I think I might leave it. No movement. I think that's good to go. I might add a little more salt actually. I'm gonna shut her off. Get these couple drops in there. I believe these biscuits are done. They look delicious. Now I don't remember which one's which. I think these are the new recipe. These are the recipe I've been using. There are a ton of layers. This one's starting to fall apart. A ton of layers in here too. Buttery and delicious. Let's see what this one looks like. Oh yeah, that's good. That one actually might be a better recipe, or I didn't add enough moisture there. They smell a little different. Try a piece of it. And that's something. Got a bit of a different flavor as well. I'm gonna see which biscuit my husband prefers, if he can even tell a difference. And my husband thinks that maybe the second one, the new one, is a little softer, and he likes how the first one is saltier. But he wants to try them both, so I'm gonna serve this man up. Try not to make a fat mess. He always loves a ton of gravy, so if I think it's enough, probably add way more scoops. It's really thick too. I might could add a little milk. And he might want more because these biscuits are smaller than I usually make. Anyway, bon appetit! Before I get too comfy and full from this delicious biscuits and gravy breakfast, I'm gonna get some iced tea going. It makes about a gallon. I've got about 4 cups of water in here. We're gonna let that come up to a boil. I'm gonna get my tea bags ready and finish eating my breakfast. Got the tea bags done up here, and I am also gonna make a chai tea for myself. Got 2 tea bags here. Black tea. I'm gonna let that do its thing for 5 to 10 minutes and let this water come up to boil. Then I'm gonna make up a chai tea, iced, because it is hot. So we're clearly at a rolling boil here. I'm gonna cut the heat, let her sit for a minute. This doesn't even look that dark. Well, count on me to make a mess. Okay, let's add our tea bags. Is it supposed to cool a bit before? I'm not sure. We're just gonna let that do its thing for a while. Also needs to cool down. It smells delicious. I'm gonna take the tea bags out of here. Put a couple scoops of the chai in here. A scoop maybe. A little extra. Cinnamony, let's give it a taste. It's obviously really strong because this is like 6 ounces. I'm gonna add milk. It's like tres leches chai. Pretty good. It's delicious. I'm gonna add a couple of these weird little ice cubes as well, because that milk didn't really cool it much. These are so interesting. Cooling down a bit. Good to go. Oh, that's good. Just what I needed. Took the tea bags out here. I'm just gonna press them. Try to get some juices out. Not a scientist or tea professional, just trying to make my baby some delicious iced tea. Throwing these away. I'm gonna let this chill. I think I'm just gonna add the sugar. I read online that if you don't add the sugar, it's less prone to mold, but we're doing okay with a single batch right now to prevent it from getting gross and moldy. We're gonna add 3/4 cup of sugar, a little shy one. Ooh. 3/4 cup. I think I'm gonna fill the jug up with a little bit of cold water. We'll put this in and fill the rest up. Got about 4 cups in the pitcher. I'm not even measuring this time, just pouring them all together. I'm gonna pour this in over the sink. Delicious. I'm gonna let this cool before I throw it in the fridge. Enjoy my delicious chai tea, and I'll see y'all later. Alright y'all, welcome back. We're gonna make some potato soup for my husband and I. I've got 10 tiny potatoes. I'm gonna peel these potatoes and then I'll get going on the soup bit, add the liquid. I will be able to add my already peeled and diced potatoes. When I went shopping today, all the potato options were disgusting, so hopefully these are okay. Honestly, these were the best looking ones. 2 weird chunks and doing good so far. Alright y'all, I got all my potatoes peeled. This is 10 small potatoes. I would say they're small. I'm gonna chop them, rinse them, then get started on the soup. Alright y'all, I got my potatoes peeled and chopped. They're in water. Turn this pan on medium. Got half a stick of butter here. There we go. I've never made potato soup before. Always making a mess in the kitchen. Alright, butter's pretty much melted. I got about 1/4 cup of flour going in. Make up a little roux here, just for about a minute or so. Calls for 4 cups of chicken broth. Right, we're gonna start going in with our water. That'll be chicken broth later. Turn her up to half. Add the other bit of the 2 cups in. This looks so strange. Slowly add in another 2 cups. Totaling 4 cups. About 4 teaspoons or so of chicken bouillon. Water. Got about 4 cups total now. I'm gonna add my diced potatoes. Try to keep them similar in size, but there's a bit of variation. Should boil about 15-25 minutes or so. Not sure if I'll add all of these. There's about 10 small, tiny potatoes. Oh, that looks pretty good. Got a little bit left. It called for an onion, which we do not prefer. I'm gonna add some onion powder. A little more chicken bouillon too. I'm not sure how much to add. But potatoes can handle the flavor and salt. I'm gonna bring this up to a simmer and boil for 15 to 25 or so minutes. I'm gonna add some salt and pepper too. Not too much salt so it's not too salty. We're gonna add some pepper. About 20 pepper cracks. There's not much potato left, so I'm gonna just add all that. It smells really good. Oniony. We're gonna bring this up to a simmer, let her boil for 15-25-ish minutes. We'll check to see if they're fork tender. If and when they are, we will turn the heat down a ton, add in the milk, cream, stir that up, and then add in the cheese slowly. I also want to mash up some of these potatoes a little bit. Maybe not. We'll see. Alright. It's got a nice thickish consistency too. Should be really good. Never made it before. We'll see. Y'all, my soup's good to go. The potatoes are cooked. Been boiling for 20 minutes or so. Tastes good, smells good. I'm gonna add the cream, milk, and cheese. I was gonna fry up some bacon in my skillet, but I remembered I had already cooked bacon and put it in my freezer. So I might as well use this up. I don't know how it's gonna go. Never done it before either. I assume it'll go okay. It says 2 packs on there. Just gonna turn that on super low. It's already crisp, it just needs to like heat through. Got my little meat chopper situation here to see if I can mash up some of these a little. Oh yeah, those are tender. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, a little mashage. I hope this is gonna be an amazing meal that's comforting and gonna fill my family because my poor husband's been sick. Yeah, I like this little chopping idea here. Little chop. This thing's fun to clean, but it's way more fun than a potato masher, I guess. I hated that thing. I just chucked it. Got rid of it. I'm so glad I thought of this meat here. No idea what I would use it for. This soup is the perfect situation. Honestly, I might just throw all this bacon in there. We'll see though. 2 cups of whole milk and a cup of heavy cream. I don't use whole milk. It's still steaming, so I'm gonna slip it off the heat. Slowly add in this 1 cup of heavy cream. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna need much liquid. This is beautiful as is. Glad I added all those potatoes. I honestly think this might be good here. We're gonna leave it. If I want to add the rest of this, I'm gonna test this and see if it's still good actually. I think it's good. Add a piece and see what it does. I'll add it into this bowl. Oh man, I dripped some milk in my skillet. I might add the rest of this cream here. Alright, I've got a little bit of bacon in there. I'm gonna see what it does. I think that'll be just fine. It's really good. I'm gonna add these chunks first. Cut the heat on the skillet. It's gonna be delicious. Calls for cheddar cheese grated. I have some of this cheese from my freezer. I'm gonna see how this goes. It needs to be used up. This cheese is just a crumbly mess, so I need to use it. Seeing a bit of string pull here, so I think it's going well. I'm gonna continue to crumble this in. It's like room temp at this point. This made way more than I kind of wanted. We're gonna have to eat a lot of soup. I've got this little bit left, so I'm just gonna use it. I'm gonna leave this to top it. There you go, I'm gonna call this done. Bon appetit, y'all. I appreciate you for taking time out of your day and spending time with me in my kitchen. Follow along for more and subscribe if you like what you've seen. We have lots of cooking and delicious recipes that we cook every single day. I appreciate you again for taking time out of your day and spending time with me in my kitchen. Let me know what you think and follow along for more. Have a fabulous day.